Everybody, I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report. Welcome to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. It is Fan Week on The Voice, where the fans get to choose the songs their favorite artists will perform on stage. Right after they got off that stage, I had the opportunity to speak with all of the top 10. Take a listen. Hello, Team Gwen, Kique, and
Hi,
Justin.
Hillary.
How
Hi.
you guys doing?
Doing
So
great.
good to
How are you
see
doing?
you.
Good to see you. So, Kique, you have a real kind of bond with The Weeknd right now, doing his song tonight and last week. So, tell me kind of any backstory with that.
Yeah, Earned It is a song I've been doing. The one I did for Instant Save is a song I've been doing at gigs for a while. I love that song. It's just a very fun song. I had never really performed Call Out My Name by The Weeknd, but when I heard them that they chose it, I was like, oh, yeah, no, I see this. I can do it. And so I obviously sat down and I workshopped what I wanted to do with it and what vibe I wanted to go for. And I really wanted to take it to a musical place. So the backing track is all very musically inclined, very jazzy, a lot of really interesting chords going on there. But I just really love the music that he makes, and it's really like goes well with my voice. So I figured 2 for 2.
Yeah, that could be a record on The Voice, like, you doing his songs 2 weeks in a row. So,
Yeah,
very cool. Congratulations.
sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Justin, what a great performance of Just Once. So talk to me about what the lyrics mean to you, especially after we saw those beautiful pictures of you and your wife together.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So when I first got this song, I was like, oh my goodness, like I don't even know it, which shame on me, right? But I sat with the song and I really just looked at the lyrics and, looked at, how this man was pouring out his heart, to his significant other. And, there has been so many times that, even before getting married, when we were dating, where I was like, yo, can we just get this together just once, and so these lyrics really just hit home for me. And my wife, she's like, well, tell me what you're singing. I said, no, I want you to be surprised, like just be surprised, and so she sent me a text after I got off the stage and she was like, oh my God, like I'm crying real tears. I said, well, I hope they're real. I don't want them to be fake. But she was like, I'm so proud. And she's like, this should have been our wedding song. And I said, yeah, it should have been. But, maybe when we, do our rededication ceremony, our, not rededication. I can't speak to that. I'm sorry. Our, renewing of the vows, it can be a song that we dance to, our first dance. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, let's talk about voting. John disclosed tonight to you, Justin, that his mom voted for all of his team and you. So I want to hear your response to that. And also, Kique, what are you doing to get America's vote? Like, are you campaigning? Tell me about your strategy in that.
I'll let Justin take this one.
Oh man, to hear John say that his mom is voting for me, like it doesn't get any better than that. It's like, oh my goodness, I am just so it's and I'm just so grateful. And John shared something with me actually earlier this week. He was like, when he got home, because his kids came to the show, and they got home and they're like, we want to hear the Chain song. And he told me, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, it's such an honor to be mentioned in the Legend household, because truly they're legends. So I'm just so honored.
Well, Kique, Gwen is so excited about you and asking America to vote for you. And so are you campaigning at all, or how are you feeling about the voting going on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I have every single human being in Miami voting, basically, because in Miami, everybody knows everybody and everyone is voting. I have people all over the country, family, random people voting, and it's really, really cool to see all these people voting. Obviously, my Instagram is like my main place for where I'm promoting my voting, but people are voting, and it's really cool to see. Clearly, you saw it in 5 minutes the other night. People voted me through the next round. So people are engaged and they're voting, and it's really, really interesting.
Well, I hope both of you get voted through. You both deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Hello, Team Blake, Bryce, Rowan, Brayden, and Bodie. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good, thank you.
Fantastic. Bodie, Blake said he's got to get you a record deal. And then he said it was the hardest song ever performed on the show and the best performance ever. I mean, what does that mean to you to hear that?
It's humbling. I felt that it was a very hard song, but I was blown away for him to say the kind things he did. So just really encouraged. I'm really glad I took the risk with that song.
Yeah, I loved it. And Brayden, what a great performance of Homesick. You know, everyone was talking about how you felt so calm. You seemed so calm. Did you really feel calm? How are you feeling?
I mean, I try to play it off. I try to play it cool, you know. There's no nerves here, but in all seriousness, you know, I think I'm nervous just like anyone else is going up there. You know, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, dude, there's a lot of people watching this show right now, and you're performing in front of these coaches. But, you know, I've kind of grown throughout the rounds, like I said on the show. And I think just that is a little comforting. I mean, yes, there's still nerves, there's obvious nerves, but for me, I just, you know, I want to go up there with a confident attitude, just like I would in my sports. And yeah, so that's kind of how I look at it.
Well, it was also very cool to see your football team. So
Thank you so much. Yeah, I know it's cool to see those friends up on the big screen. You know, that's kind of what they've been saying. They're like, we need a shout out, we need this, we need this. So just to have their video on the screen is cool.
yeah, it was great. And Rowan, South Dakota sweetheart, what was it like for you to sing a newer song that you yourself called heartfelt and emotional?
Yeah, I thought it was really great to sing. I really loved being emotional out on that stage. I feel like this whole process is a very emotional process, and so I feel like I could channel every emotion that I've been feeling and kind of lay it all out there on the stage. So it was awesome.
Well, it definitely was awesome. Congrats to you. And Bryce, you've gone from classic to contemporary, and also tonight was the first night you performed without a cowboy hat on. So talk to us about how you feel about your performance of Sand in My Boots.
You know, it's a great song. I love the story of it. And I think I see myself as a storyteller, and trying to tell a story without being able to see my eyes can sometimes be tough. So I took it off in order to convey the message and really hit home the storytelling.
I think you really accomplished that. It was just riveting throughout the performance, and I thought it was fantastic. So congratulations, Bryce. And to all
Thank
of
you.
you guys, I'm so glad you're intact. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Quinn.
Hey, Team Legend, Parijita, Kim, Omar, great to see you guys tonight.
Hey, Hillary.
So Parijita, you opened the show, and
Yeah.
how did you feel to sing that song picked by your fans?
I was so excited. I mean, opening the show is scary, but it is a privilege. You know, it's an important place to be at, and I was bummed I didn't get to watch everyone else, but I'm just so glad that my fans picked the song for me. It challenged me. It put me in a place that I wanted to be, but I was too scared to get there, and I'm just glad that they were like, "No, do that, go there," and I went there, and I feel really good about it. And you know, Gwen made a comment where she was like, you know, this is the type of music that I see you making, and where it's like a mix of pop and R&B, and I really do agree with her. And I'm just so glad I went in this direction because I feel like I just learned more things about myself. So I'm glad. Thank you to the fans.
Yeah, and the lyrics are so perfect and inspirational. So
It's about like, you know, finding yourself as a young woman. And I just think that's, I mean, not really, you know, cater to a gender, just being a young person. I just think it was like a very beautiful message.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, Kim, you got a standing ovation. You showed yet another element of yourself tonight with Love on the Brain. So talk to us about singing the Rihanna song picked by your fans.
Singing the Rihanna song was definitely pressure because Rihanna is queen, you know.
Yeah.
And so initially, because my voice is just so big, I was really, really like nervous to take on this song, you know, because I'm like, how in the world can I sing Love on the Brain? But before I walked in rehearsal, I literally just said to myself, I'm gonna sing it how I feel it, you know. And tonight, when I saw the coaches all up on their feet, like it was just like it just sealed the the thought of me going out there and just laying it all out there and singing it really how I felt it. Like it was felt. So tonight felt really, really good.
It was really great, Kim. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And Omar, your song was also about love. I want to know what love is. And what an incredible performance. And you played the piano for the first time on the show. So tell us about that decision.
John came up with the idea and asked me to play because he had seen me play on my Instagram. And he was like, I've seen you play. So he's like, would you want to play? And I was like, sure. I was like, I've never played in front of an audience before. So that was my first time doing it. And it was definitely the right choice. It was definitely the right move. So I'm glad it went so well.
Well, you had talked about you were going to do something that people hadn't seen you do, and you really accomplished it. I also noticed you could not stay seated just because of the passion of the song.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. I had to stand up for a moment, and then we switched the pre-chorus. Like we wanted to make it a little bit more funky, so it helped to get up and be a little bit more rhythmic on the piano instead of just blocking out those chords. So it was super fun. I'm really, really happy about it. I can't wait to watch it back because I don't even know how it went, honestly.
It was great, and all of you were fantastic. Thank you, Team Legend.
Yay!
Thank you, Hillary.
Hello, it's Team Camila in the face of Morgan Myles, the only person standing, the only woman standing on Team Camila. How does that make you feel?
A little bit lonely. But I still feel like honored that I've got to hold this torch for the team. Everybody that has been on Team Camila has reached out and said, come on, girl, you got this, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like very honored that I'm still here, and we got to fight the good fight. Game on.
Absolutely. And Tennessee whiskey on, Morgan. Your performance made me want to drink some. So here's to you. It's just not whiskey, though.
I love it.
Yeah. So, but you talked about how Chris Stapleton is an artist you would like to emulate. So tell me a little more about that.
A lot of times I get told that I'm like the female Chris Stapleton. It's that country soul lane that a female has not filled at this point. And I believe, and I have believed for like the last 6 years, that that's my lane. And hopefully tonight, especially with the fans choosing the song, that branding as an artist is truly just delivered. And I felt so comfortable. I kept saying, this is my natural habitat, which it is. And I just had fun. I hope everybody else had fun at home because we were having a blast on stage.
It was really fun, Morgan. But you've talked a lot during this whole process about how women are only about 10% of country radio. So do you feel like your presence and your impact on the show can make a difference there?
we can only pray and hope. I mean, it's a conversation that continues. The one crazy, amazing thing about somebody like a Chris Stapleton is not only does he have country fans and he's on country radio somewhat, he is an artist and he sells tickets from all facets of people's likes. And so, wouldn't it be nice to just live in that space of, true, just live music? And it's undeniable. Chris Stapleton is undeniable. And it took him years and years and years. He was like, they call it Nashville famous. And he had been huge in Nashville for so long, but they could not break him. And it was that CMA performance of Tennessee Whiskey with Justin Timberlake. And that was the one game changer. But isn't it crazy that somebody like Chris Stapleton, with that voice, as good of a writer as he was, still had trouble breaking? And that's why it's always inspired me with Chris's story, because it finally broke and it kind of kept me going, And I relate so much to the sound. It's that country soul sound with really, really well written songs. So yeah, I was happy this week. I was like, oh, heck yeah, come on.
You've been all over the country. You've met so many different people and that fan base is so diverse. So let's hear more about that.
I think the best thing about being on the road, especially as an artist, you hear people say it can get so lonely. No, I absolutely love meeting just people from so many different facets of the country and their stories and how they connect with me. And, there's been times I've stayed at their houses. I've become truly like good friends with them. They just truly mean the world to me. And just to know you've got somebody kind of all over is like really comforting, so they really have gotten me through just this crazy journey. And they go beyond. They really do. They go beyond. And I really enjoy just knowing all of them on a personal level.
Well, talking about another person you're close to, and this was really fun to see, is your friendship with Jeremy Rosado.
Yes, I got to meet Jeremy, in Nashville, and what a kind soul. I mean, he really does wear his heart on his sleeve, and he's so genuine. And it was so cool to have him introduce me tonight. I mean, I didn't even know that was happening. I was like, wait, what? And he was texting me afterwards, and I was like, I love you so much. Like, what a great guy.
Yeah, I remember him fondly from his season. So that was really fun for viewers to see that as well. And then Wendy Moten appeared, another former Voice contestant that was so great. But just one more quick question. I thought it was really interesting that John said you were completely in your element with Tennessee Whiskey tonight. So how did that make you feel to get such great praise from him?
Oh my gosh. I mean, anytime John Legend talks, you're just kind of like, oh my God, I'm listening to John Legend. He is such an iconic legend that we will never stop listening to. And to have him say something like that, you're like, really? Like, do I have that potential? Like, could I one day be like on an award show? Like, what a vow of confidence. You're just like, thank you. Like, what is life right now? I don't know. It's hard to express what that feeling is. You're just like, you forget that they say these things because you black out. Like, you're just like, I just looked at Carson and I hugged him. It's like, it's like, what do you do? I'm very, very honored and grateful every time you get just huge compliments from these superstars. It's wild.
And you got amazing comments from your own coach, Camila, as well. So all very well deserved, Morgan. Well, Morgan, I think your journey on The Voice has inspired many people, both male and female. And I know you're going to continue on and that I will see you next week.
I hope so. Pray for Team Camila.
Well, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you, Hillary. It's always good talking to you.
You too.